Hi, Brendan here with another episode of Coach Gee TV. Today we're going to talk about underperformance. Underperformance, how it relates to football as well as investing. This gentleman right here, Nelson Agholar, most Eagles fans know who he is because he has been underperforming. His behavior has been counter to the Eagles winning. And last week he didn't even get to play because during the Seattle Seahawks game he lined up offsides, and when he lined up offsides, the Eagles ran a play, scored a touchdown, and because of his penalty, the Eagles lost a touchdown. So again, when it comes to underperforming as it relates to football, it's pretty easy to understand and see what the penalty is. Again, we should have 7 more points than we currently have. But when it comes to investing, again, it's a little bit more difficult to understand or get the cost of underperformance. So our presentation today is the cost of underperformance for Nelson Agholar. It might cost him a career. For investors, the cost of bad investor behavior or underperformance is $286 billion. And here's what I mean by that. The Agholar study, the Qualitative Analysis of Investor Behavior Report for the year 2015, over the course of the last 20 years, they've documented and accounted for us the major causes of investor underperformance. And here we go. $286 billion is the amount of money that investors underperformed over the course of the last 20 years. Now, how do we break that down? Lack of cash. $44 billion was underperformed because investors had a lack of cash to perhaps put in the market. Again, $55 billion was due to the need for cash. People perhaps pulled their money out of the market and so forth, and when the market went back up, they didn't benefit from it. $65 billion came from fund expenses. Mutual fund companies have management expenses, advisor expenses, and so forth. So out of the $286 billion, $65 billion was due to fund expenses. Here's the biggest ticket here. Voluntary investor behavior. Cost investors, out of the $286 billion, it cost investors $122 billion. 43% of the shortfall was due to voluntary investor behavior. What do we mean by voluntary investor behavior? Investors doing the exact wrong thing at the wrong time. Now, here's the thing we have to understand about investor behavior. It's strictly self-induced. We are the cause of it. And if we're the cause of it, we can also be the cure for it. What we need to do is get ourselves with a coach. Have the coach help us come to grips with and understand where it is that our investor behavior is sabotaging our efforts. Then we can begin to replace that bad behavior with good investor behavior. And that's what a coach is going to help you do. Make sure that your behavior is consistent with not underperforming. So again, underperformance is costing a lot as far as investors are concerned. The big reason is because of bad investor behavior. We want to fix that. Bye.